What's going on, everyone? Thanks for joining me once again to check out my most recent fishing trip. I just visited the lower Salt River here towards the beginning of trout season in the desert. This was late November, though the temperatures were freezing cold. Temperatures were just 28 degrees when I arrived, and I was just not acclimated to it. It's more than an 80-degree swing from our summer highs just a few months ago, so you'll probably hear me shivering at different times. But anyway, my goal was to try to focus on using lures, but you'll kind of see how that went and how I transitioned to something else. As usual, bright yellow is a great color for these trout. Also, really quick, at the time of this video, I'm almost at 500 subscribers. May not sound like much to some, but to me, it's pretty cool. So I appreciate everyone that tunes in, and I hope you enjoy. There we go. That didn't take long at all. Just a little guy. Oh, I got a bunch of mud in there. I think that's moss. Forgot to show. I'm taking them home today. And I always like to keep my fish in a keep net instead of a stringer. Keeps them fresher longer. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, they'll keep swimming in there for a long time. See if I can get another. That one was pretty shallow. It was interesting. Casted my spool off. I'm trying to throw it too hard to get it out there. So this is something I had some luck with in Sedona. I don't know if it'll work down here in the desert, but just this yellow bug here. Got a split shot up here. I might need to switch this up. Actually put a float on. There's a lot of grass here, so I'm worried the split shot's just going to get hung up, but we'll see. Hopefully I don't lose the thing in the process. I think I have an extra one if I do, but yeah, let's see what happens here. Oh, I think I just cast it about 50 feet straight up in the air and about 20 feet forward. So I wasn't planning on doing this today because I just wanted to focus on lures. But then I figured if I'm going to be actively working one lure, why not passively have this out? So I got the old reliable corn yellow dough bait on. We'll see what happens with it. And then once I get this out here and set, I'm going to go back to lures. Anyway, one really important tip with this stuff. One, use a really small hook for trout, but two, put on just enough to cover your hook completely. If you have too much on, you'll miss your bite every time. And then two, make sure that even though you're putting on just enough, it floats. Because trout like it just off the bottom. So hopefully the current isn't too strong and I got enough weight on here to keep it down. Keep it in one spot. It's a good spot. It's right where they were jumping earlier. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is wait to see if my
dough bait gets anything. So I'm going to keep messing around with this yellow grasshopper. And I did put a float above it. This grasshopper, it's not really a fly, but you could call it a dry fly because it floats. So I'm hoping I can just kind of move this along the top of the water, and hopefully the float doesn't create too much of a disturbance. We'll see. Last time I tried this, the fish were afraid of the float. So I'm just not sure. Dang. That was just a mess. Oh. Bounced. Feels like I got some grass on there, actually. That's a lot of grass. Oh. This guy was running with my bait, jumping. Did he spit it out? No, he's still on. He just doesn't fight hard. Corn dough bait, though, does the trick. One thing about this stuff is that you kind of use a small treble hook. You end up kind of gut hooking a lot of these guys. Which, if you're taking them home, that's okay. He's got some fight to him. I wonder if he's got some weight to him, or if he's just fighting hard because he's gut hooked. They'll fight a little bit harder if they're gut hooked. Whoop. Get over here. Get over here. Nice. He's, I think, a little bit bigger than the last. He's gut hooked, though. Yep. Not bad. But yeah, hooked him right in the gut. So I'm glad I'm not doing catch and release today, because he wouldn't survive. Get in there. There we go. Alright, see if I can get another. Corn dough bait, man. It's always just great. Never seems to fail. Jeez, it's getting bit again. Come back. Oh. Get it. He's hooked. He's hooked. All 30 seconds. Someone's either a little bit bigger or he's got some grass on him. I think he's just got some grass on him. I stupidly left my net behind. Come here. same size as the last one. There we go. Yeah, not bad. Another gut hook though. But it's number 3 to take home. Look at this guy. Step. There. Not too bad. Looking good. Looking like dinner. So a note on that. There's a couple of things that seem to go on, particularly on Facebook groups, about keeping fish, or it's safe to eat fish, all that stuff. It seems like every body of water, someone has the opinion that the water's polluted and there's no way in heck you should eat fish out of there. The Salt River, a lot of stuff goes on in the Salt River, especially during the summer. But to me, they just stocked these trout a few days ago. They weren't raised here. They didn't, grow up here. And they've been in the water for such a short period of time that I'm just not that worried about it. I've eaten trout out of the Salt River before without issue. I mean, it's just like, cooking anything else. Make sure it's done enough to where you're not going to have a problem. But, in terms of getting something out of here, getting some sort of illness, I'm not that worried about it. I'm not going to take one of these bass home, but I catch and release all my bass anyway. So, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on that. I'm sure someone's going to comment, don't eat out of the Salt River. It's gross. It's polluted. Drunk people pee in it during the summer. Thing is, too, while that's true, Salt River is constantly moving. So, it's new water coming through here every 30 seconds. Yeah, I'm just not worried about it. That, and I think some folks even eat fish out of the canals that are around here. Those have way more trash in them. I ain't doing that. That's nasty. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. Get this reset. I'm at 3. If I get 4, I'm done. I don't know what the limit is here. In Arizona, all the waters, the limit's either 4 or 6. It's stupid of me to not know what this particular body of water is, but 4 is enough. I don't need 6 in my freezer. I'm not going to be greedy. Save some of these for somebody else, even if I'm allowed to take 6. Alright, so just enough to cover the hook. And I'll even take some off here. There, just trying to make sure that there's no part of the hook sticking out, because then it'll sink and you won't catch anything. I think that's good.
So 3 trout actually ended up being where I ended my day. Trout really seemed to bite the most during the first 2 hours of sunlight, and by the time I reeled on my 3rd, I think it had just gotten too late in the morning to catch any more. Thanks for watching.